What is up, players? WarbossTae up in this mug. Welcome to Fireforge Friday. It is the first kit that we're going to look at in our series, and nothing is more evocative to me than the Mongol army of old, than the aesthetic of cavalry archers. Heavy cavalry archers sweeping across the plains and raining arrows down upon the enemy, and being able to take whatever they dish out and just running them down. The Mongols were like so historically they were so devastating that I'm reading up on them, right, because I want to be able to do a good job showing them off. I've never really dug into the historical aspect of our hobby before, and some of the stuff I'm learning about these guys is just brutal. Like the way they were so ruthless and their empire grew so quickly just is amazing to me. So again, this is for the Deus Vult game by Fireforge Games, and it's a historical game, which means that there's no crazy fantastical magic and witches and wizards in this. It's all authentic real-world stuff from the Crusade era of our time. So 4 figures in the heavy cavalry set. We got 4 horses here with heavy barding. I love that they took the time to do each individual scale, and it looks like by hand. Beautiful, beautiful, and they've got the little horsey blanket underneath the armor, and they've got quiver there, reins. Okay, so I'm not a historical wargamer, so a lot of these equipment pieces are gonna, I'm sorry if I say like horsey blanket, and those of you out there who know what it is are like, it's a gambazambazman something. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll get better at it, I promise. This is my first, come on guys, this is my first time looking at a historical thing. Okay, so I love the horses. I think they're great because the heads are already put on, so you don't have to worry about the heads. The tails are already there, so unlike other gaming companies where you have to assemble that, the horses are one piece. They're ready to go on the base. If anything, you want to chop off some of this flash maybe so that it doesn't look like the horse is connected to the base as much. Speaking of the bases, all of these figures I'm looking at are in resin. The bases themselves are in plastic, and the plastic is kind of thin, and I guess that's so that the models stay very close to the ground, or to the board rather, and you can either build them up as two per large square base and a single, because you've got identical bases here, or you can build them up 2 and 2, so have 2 large bases or 1 large base and 2 single bases. And that's good because it'll allow you the freedom and the flexibility to design your own units. And if you want to really angle your bodies, the bodies of the men on the horses to create a specific kind of pose or picture, I like that freedom of being able to do that. So the horses look great. There's, like I said, a little bit of flash. I do not really see some that bad mold lines. I love that they got under the scale armor this little rim and edging for that to separate that. Like I said, quivers, you've got pouches, bags, very interesting looking gear here, even the armor for the heads of the horses. I'm really going to need to, what I'd like to do is really paint them up accurately, so I'll take a look at some of the Fireforge Games websites finished models, as well as some historical paintings and artist renditions to see how they would have looked, because if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it correct. We got 4 lower halves of bodies here, and again, we're carrying over the scale armor aesthetic. These are heavy cavalry. They're not the lighter versions. So they're not going for pure speed and mobility. They're going for speed and just like a freight train, just running over the enemy and peppering them with arrows before they get in there. So they all look really good. There's just a little bit of flash. I can see they've got little guide dots in there so that when you do attach the upper body, you can really choose which angle you want to go with. And let's go on to the upper bodies. Speaking of the lower bodies, though, I did notice that a couple of them have shields tucked in on the side. That's great. The shields are different designs too, which is good. really creative designs, I think, being able to take a simple aesthetic and develop it and give it some good detail. So let's take a look at the 4 upper bodies. Got one guy facing to the right, and you got, looks like 3 guys facing to the left there. There's some slight mold line, which on resin is pretty much accepted. So you just go in there with a fine modeling knife. The great thing about these models is the resin, or the mold line, is right where you would expect it to be, right down the side. There's not any funky hidden mold lines that you have to worry about. A little bit of flash on some of these, which is, again, not a problem. Just clip them off with your clippers. And I love the design of the faces. That's what I'm really, really going to enjoy painting. Those long mustaches, the angular features. I really, really like that. Look at that jaw there. So the thing I love about these faces is they do not look like Caucasians. They look very, very much like a Mongol would look. Very angular, like I said. The faces are shaped to kind of accommodate also the long mustaches, and they just look really, really good. So finally, in this kit, you've got 4 bows. You've got 4 quivers of arrows. Where'd the 4th one go? And did I drop that 4th quiver? Yeah, no matter. I know I saw it before earlier because it had broken off, and it's probably around here somewhere. It won't get away from me. I will find it. But so that is it. I think these last pieces, because they already have, they're holding their bows, and there are quivers on the horses. So oh, hello. He was in here the whole time. So I'm not sure where exactly I'm going to put these. I might keep them separate and keep them off, and because it wouldn't make sense unless they keep spare bows and spare quivers on their horses. That might be true. I'm not sure, but it's cool that they have them there, and it's great. You can use it to decorate scenery or do all sorts of other things. So, like decorate the bases of your characters, or like I said, put them on as like extra equipment. Fireforge Games is the first model kit we're looking at. Again, that's Mongol Heavy Cavalry Archers for their Dave's Vault game system. Do you have any Fireforge models? I would love to get your experience with them. If you want to leave a comment, that'd be really awesome. And let me know, what do you think of the design aesthetic of these guys? If you have some of the Templars, the Teutonic Knights, the Crusaders, those plastic kits. If you've got any of the Mongol plastic kits, the light cavalry and infantry, I'd love to hear your feedback on that. And, thanks for watching. We're going to keep doing this over the weekend. I'm going to be painting these guys up, showing you what they look like on Monday. So stay tuned to that. Mongol Mondays on Fireforge Fridays. You can get to the website again at fireforge-games.com. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's something a little bit different than what I'm used to posting on my channel, but it's refreshing to do something different once in a while, especially when it is of such high quality. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.